These are the Nike Vaporfly Next Percents, one of the most popular modern super shoes which contain a carbon fiber plate. And these are carbon fiber insoles made by Victory. Essentially, carbon fiber inserts you can put into any shoe you want. Today, I'm gonna find out what happens when you put carbon fiber insoles in carbon fiber plated shoes. Let's head to the track. To establish a baseline, I'm first going to be running 1 mile in plain old Nike trainers with no carbon fiber plate. That's the footage you're seeing here, rocking the Nike Invincible Run 3s. Then I'm going to be running 1 mile with the carbon fiber insoles in my trainers to see what effect they'll have on my time. Next, I'll do a mile in the plain old Vaporflys with no added insole. And lastly, 1 mile with the Victory insoles in the Vaporflys, the carbon fiber on carbon fiber mile. To keep things as fair as possible, I'm going to be running at the same effort for the entire duration of this test and a target heart rate of between 165 and 170 beats per minute. Here we are rounding the bend of the final lap, and oh god, what's the drone? Oh no! Oh god. No, no, no! Alright guys, it's day 2. We're back at the track, 6 a.m. Some technical malfunctions yesterday. Drone ended up way up there.
The drone is beeping.
I should have known that this idiot would have no idea how to fly a drone on day 1. I mean, look at this fool. Luckily, the drone finally agreed to cooperate and we were ready to start our first mile in the plain trainers, again wearing the Nike Invincible Run 3s. It was a little early in the morning when I started, so I was struggling just a bit to find a rhythm, but within my first lap, I found a good pace right in that 165 heart rate range. Unfortunately, I've gotten pretty used to running most of my hard efforts in carbon fiber shoes, or at least not trainers, so I was having to work a little harder than usual for the pace I was running. But with less than a lap to go, I was able to stay on a solid pace and skirt around to the finish line with a 5:46. All right, guys, that was a 5:46. Good way to kick us off here. Felt okay. It's a little early in the morning. We're a little sluggish, but 5:46 is the time to start us off. We're going to go ahead and throw on the Victory carbon fiber insoles and see how that affects our time. Let's go throw them on. All right, so I slid the Victory insoles right into my trainers, laced up the shoes, and immediately upon standing up, I felt the spring of the carbon fiber. I then had the urge to start grittying, which seemed to generate some attention at the local track. And we were off for the second mile, nice and warmed up at this point, got my heart rate in the zone right away, and these insoles, guys, were holding up very nice. My first thought was, it literally feels like I'm wearing Vaporflies. I can feel the carbon fiber plate working for sure. About halfway through, I was feeling solid, and for some reason I thought it was acceptable to blow a kiss at the camera. I'm really not sure who raised me to do such cringy things. It is 2024, for heaven's sake. Anyways, 1 lap to go. I just want to point out this absolute beast of a human working out on the track. He made me feel like a stick bug. Down the final stretch now, feeling springy with every step. The Victory insoles in the trainers finish with a 5:32. All right, guys, just finished up with the Victory insoles in. Did a 5:32. Absolutely felt amazing. So bouncy. They are a little tight on the shoe. The insole does bring your upper a little bit close to the top of your foot. Aside from that, if you're sized properly, honestly, these things are pretty freaking nice. So again, 5:32. We're gonna put on the Nike Vaporflies with no carbon fiber insole, just the plain Nike Vaporflies. Do the mile in that and see how we compare. All right, guys, laced up with the Vaporflies. These things are incredible. They got the carbon fiber plate combined with the Zoom X foam. Again, 5:32 is the time to beat. So we're gonna get with this mile and see how we do. The Nike Vaporfly Next Percents, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to tear this track a new one. I mean, there is just something about throwing these bad boys on. It's that first kiss type feeling. At least I think that's what it would be like. Unfortunately, the track was getting a bit crowded. Had to move around this lady. She was putting in some solid work, so I respect that. Anyways, I was really cruising here, wanting to push it a little bit. Had to keep the heart rate under 170 though. Whenever I throw the Vaporflies on, I just get that feeling like I need to move forward. They are just so good at keeping you on a pace. That's why they are my favorite shoe for racing. Yes, more so than the Alphaflies. Although the Victory insoles helped me tremendously in the bare trainers, I cannot lie, the Next Percents alone as a racing flat take the gold. With the last bit to go, I strided out, held my pace, and finished with the Vaporflies in a 5:24. All right, guys, that was a 5:24 with the Vaporflies. Felt so good, honestly. That's gonna be tough to beat. Now we're gonna throw on the Victory carbon fiber insoles into the Nike Vaporflies, which already have the carbon fiber plate. Double the carbon fiber, the one you've been waiting for. We're gonna see how it goes. Let's get it. Going to get the GoPro, guys. Gotta stop and restart the footage. I also think it might be out of battery. The GoPro was in fact out of battery. Update, GoPro's good. We're ready to roll. It is time to put the Victory carbon fiber insoles in the Next Percents, and I gotta say the insoles slide in very easily, but actually getting this carbon fiber beast on your feet is a different story.
Fortunately, I was able to get them on, and I'm not gonna lie, that might have been harder than any mile I've run so far.
All right, guys, we got the victory insoles with the Nike Vaporfly Next Percents. Honestly, this is a lot. Feels like I am, no, honestly, my feet are kind of hurting. If you're gonna do this, I would recommend sizing up on the Vaporflies. There's just a lot of carbon fiber in here. It is definitely very, very, very bouncy. I don't know if this is gonna help me or if it's gonna hurt my feet too much and I'm gonna end up running slower. We're gonna do one last mile, and 5:24 is the time to beat. I don't know, guys. We'll see how we feel, but let's get after it.
So we're gearing up for the final mile when out of nowhere, this bird nearly decides to headbutt the drone, which I really can't blame this bird. My drone is honestly a bit of a diva. So we are off, and right away, it feels like I am running with rockets on my feet. The first 200 meters of this mile were absolutely crazy. The energy return was unlike anything I've ever experienced. I blew by this gentleman who looked very confused, and I certainly cannot blame him. So the track was really starting to fill up at this point, and I was again forced into lane 2, which is fine. I definitely had the hardware to make up for any lost time. Now, truthfully, this footwear combo was not the most comfortable. The Next Percents are a tight fit as is, and I don't think Nike designed these shoes for an additional carbon fiber plate. Nonetheless, I was absolutely moving. Despite my feet starting to hurt a bit, I was literally being catapulted off the ground with the help of 2 carbon fiber plates. I want to give a quick shout out to the team at Victory for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to pick up a pair of these carbon fiber insoles, you can click the link in the description for a 20% discount. With just a little further to go, down the final stretch now, letting the carbon fiber do all the work, I crossed the finish in a 5:14 mile, an entire 32 seconds faster than the original mile we started with, and with the seal of approval from the drone, we were done with the challenge.
All right, I got 2 words: holy cow and my heels hurt. Last mile was a 5:14. Somehow, some way, they held up. I ran fast. Carbon fiber on carbon fiber, I'd say it's a win.